Hello, St. Andrews, and welcome to this week's edition of Chancel Chat. It's Thursday, the 8th of November, a beautiful fall day. I hope to have an opportunity to play some golf later this afternoon. So looking ahead to this weekend, on Saturday evening at 6 o'clock, our ECW is sponsoring the first ever soup tasting evening event here at St. Andrews. So the doors will open at 6 o'clock, so please come and sample some of the soups prepared by the women of the parish. We'll be celebrating Veterans Day on Sunday, the 11th, which is actually Veterans Day. And this year it's particularly significant because it's the 100th anniversary of the signing of the armistice that ended World War I. It's also the feast of St. Martin, who is the patron saint of soldiers and veterans. So we'll be celebrating at the 10 o'clock service on Sunday the 11th. The celebration will begin with a dramatic procession with the flags of the 5 branches of the U.S. Armed Forces carried by veterans here at St. Andrews. The guest preacher for the day will be Colonel Mike Warner, U.S. Army retired, who was a former member here at St. Andrews. And all veterans are encouraged to wear their uniforms if they still fit. And we're hoping and praying for a full sanctuary as we express our gratitude for the veterans and for their service here at St. Andrews. On Monday evening, the 12th of November, our vestry meeting will be held in the sanctuary beginning at 7 p.m. And this meeting, like all vestry meetings, are open to any member of the parish, so please come and join with us in our monthly vestry meeting. Looking ahead to next weekend, Saturday the 17th will be our men's breakfast meeting at 8 a.m. at the Route 38 Diner in Mount Holly. All men of the parish are encouraged to come and be a part of this fellowship. And then that evening, our monthly community dinner will be held in the parish hall. Doors will open at 6 o'clock. And we're looking for volunteers to help set up, serve, and clean up after the meal. So if you'd like to volunteer, please contact Chris in the parish office. That Sunday evening, the 18th of November, St. Andrews will be hosting the Rancocas Valley Clergy Association Interfaith Thanksgiving service. It will begin at 7 o'clock. It will include combined choirs from the community. This is a tradition that the Rancocas Valley Clergy Association followed for many years, but then dropped it a number of years ago, and we're trying to revitalize it. So please mark your calendar and plan to be with us on Sunday evening, November 18th at 7 p.m. for our Interfaith Thanksgiving service. Our fall mini-camp stewardship campaign will be held at all 3 of the liturgies next weekend, 1 week from this weekend on Saturday evening and at 8 and 10 on Sunday morning. And this will provide members of the parish with the final opportunity to make a pledge of financial support for the parish for 2019. So you'll remember that in the spring, after Easter, we had the God the Giver stewardship campaign, and this is really the culmination of that campaign. So please, if you haven't already made a pledge of support for St. Andrews for 2019, that you'll prayerfully consider your response to this. Pledge cards will be passed out at all 3 of the services, and you'll have an opportunity to make a commitment. I will be away next week, Monday through Wednesday, attending the annual clergy conference of the diocese at the Seaview Resort in Galloway. That means there will be no morning prayer on Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday of next week. Continue our prayers for our parish administrator, Chris Carroll, who's recovering from elbow surgery, for Mimi Phillips, who is at home now and waiting for some serious cardiac surgery, probably late November or early December, and for Claire Miller, who was hospitalized a number of weeks ago and is now home recovering. As far as the saint of the week this week, it's a new saint, a saint that I was not familiar with until this morning when I read about her during morning prayer. Her name is Elizabeth of the Trinity. And she was born on July 18th, 1880. She died on November 9th, 1906. She was a French Carmelite nun. She was a mystic, a spiritual writer, a gifted pianist, and had strong feelings for the Carmelite charism. And of her experience as a professed religious, she wrote in a letter, and I quote, "I can't find words to express my happiness. Here there is no longer anything but God. He is all, he suffices, and we live by him alone." Elizabeth was beatified by Pope John Paul II in November of 1984. Pope Francis approved her canonization on the 3rd of March 2016, and she was canonized as a saint in the Roman Catholic Church on the 16th of October in the year 2016. So she's one of the newest saints. So we designated her as the Saint of the Week, Saint Elizabeth of the Trinity, who died on November 9th in the year 1906. So that's about all I have for today. Wishing you and your family a blessed day, and we hope to see you in church this weekend. And we will talk again next week. God bless.